Buongiorno a tutti, mi chiamo Charlotte e oggi parliamo della canzone che si chiama Con te partirò. Una canzone italiana in italiano, cantata da Andrea Bocelli. C'è anche una versione in inglese e italiano, cantata da Andrea Bocelli e Sarah Brightman. Ma oggi vediamo e studiamo le parole della versione italiana. Ok? Ok, andiamo. So, everyone, in this April 2025 video for my Italian club, we're looking at the song Con te partirò, and that's sung by Andrea Bocelli. There's also a dual, kind of a bilingual version, which I mentioned then in Italian, which is sung by Andrea Bocelli and Sarah Brightman, but that goes by the name of Time to Say Goodbye. It's the same like melody and elements of the Italian, but if you look at the Italian lyrics like we will today, then that will set you up with an understanding of the kind of themes within the song. So what I like about this, apart from the fact that Andrea Bocelli's got the most beautiful voice, gorgeous looking guy, beautiful voice. Apart from that, I like the lyrics. So in the Italian version that we'll see, we've got lots of kind of images of light and reference to kind of nature or like celestial bodies like the sun and the moon, and there's images of light and love. So it's a beautiful song. There's also lots of verbs which are linked to being and existing and to moving and to living. So like states of being. So yeah, it's quite sentimental. So I've written out the prima strofa, like the first verse, and then the chorus, and then like part of the second. Just thinking whether it's chorus or verse. The second verse. So I can't fit everything on this particular whiteboard, but I think we'll be able to manage, okay? Because last time I was using this huge whiteboard, which really should be on the wall. Dunque andiamo. Vediamo, okay? Okay, so here we are. Let's get one of these creaky things out of the way. I'm squeezed up against this drawer thing, and I'm on like a squeaky floorboard, so there are some weird sounds. Sorry about that. Ok, qua, quando sono solo, sogno all'orizzonte e mancan le parole. Quando sono solo, sogno all'orizzonte, mancan le parole. So that means quando means when. Sono, I am. Solo is the masculine adjective, which means alone or on my own. Quando sono solo, so this is a chap singing this song. So solo, sorry about the creaking. Solo is in the masculine version here. So if I was talking about when I am alone, what would change is the ending here, the O at the end of that adjective, which is a descriptive word, okay, like old, young, bored, ugly, fat, greasy, what you know, any kind of like adjective. It could be empty, full, you know, it doesn't have to just be about a human, but like here solo agrees with the gender of the person who's talking, right? So the subject of the sentence. Quando sono solo has an O at the end, but if it was me talking, because I'm a lady, it would have an A. Sola, okay? Quando sono solo, sogno all'orizzonte. Sogno is SOGNO. So in Italian, you get this G and an N makes a ñ sound, okay? You see it in the word gnocchi, which I absolutely love. Gli gnocchi, like kind of potato pasta. Very nice. All'orizzonte, so we got A double L apostrophe. Orizzonte, l'orizzonte. So we've got the preposition a, and then we've got the masculine noun, which starts with an O. L'orizzonte has got an L apostrophe in front of it, because that's what happens when you have a masculine or a feminine noun that starts with a vowel. You normally have L apostrophe. But when you've got the preposition a, which means sort of at or to, or of in this case, sogno all'orizzonte, so I dream of, I guess, the horizon. L'orizzonte is so it's a bit like the word horizontal in English. Quando sono solo, when I'm alone, sogno all'orizzonte, I dream of the horizon. Mancan, oh, there's like a missing apostrophe there. So strangely, this word means to like be missing. And in that particular instance, there was mancava un apostrofo, so there was a missing, an apostrophe was missing. So e mancan le parole means, it can also mean to lack. Mancare can mean to be lack. So what's a nice, let me see if I've got a translation of this somewhere. Yeah, words fail, okay. Mancan le parole means words are missing, words are lacking, but in English we'd say words fail me, as in it's not possible to put into words what I'm thinking. I can't articulate in words what's necessary, you know? Or it could intimate that there's, you know, like shock or awe. You're unable to talk because you're so awestruck. Quando sono solo, sogno l'orizzonte, mancan le parole. Le parole are like the words. So una parola, la parola is the word or a word, una parola. But here we have le parole. Okay, so that's the word for the, plural something or other, parole. So that's what you'll see when you have like a feminine noun in the plural. So the word the changes depending on whether it's il or la or lo, something or other. But here, la parola, the word changes into the words, le parole. Mancare is the verb to be missing or to lack. Sì, lo so che non c'è luce in una stanza quando manca il sole. It's really hard to look at this, and this is all back to front on what I'm looking at, okay? Sì, that means yes. It's got a little accent down there. You will see the word sì as a pronoun elsewhere in Italian too, like a reflexive pronoun. But when it's got this little accent like that, it's like a very short word, sì, and it means yes. Lo so, that means I know, like I'm aware. Che, I know that. Lo so che non c'è luce. Non c'è is the negative version of c'è. So c'è means there is. The little C and the apostrophe here comes from the pronoun ci, C and an I. And the e here, which follows the apostrophe, there's an apostrophe, then an accent on the E. That's from the verb essere, which means is. Very irregular. Sono here comes from essere. Sei, which we're going to see in a minute. Let's see where it is. Sei is the to form. So io sono, I am. Tu sei, you are. Lui, lei, è. He, she, or it is. So that's from the verb essere, which is an auxiliary verb in Italian. Very, very important. You probably should know that. If you don't know it, go and look it up. Essere, E-S-S-E-R-E. So this is the negative version because it's got non in front of it. That's what happens in Italian if you want to make something a negative, like I am becomes I am not. Sono becomes non sono. Non c'è means there is not. Luce is light. La luce. It's a word that happens to be feminine, but it ends with an E, okay? Now normally a feminine noun that ends with an E is plural, but here it's got an E on it in the singular. La luce. Non c'è luce. So, sì lo so che non c'è luce. Yes, I know it, that there is not light. In una, in is the preposition in. Una means one, followed by something feminine. Stanza. Io sono in una stanza. I'm in a room at the moment. Una stanza. Quando, we had that at the beginning up here, that means when. Manca, we've seen that before, it's the verb mancare. It's in the he, she, or it, third person singular form. Quando manca il sole. Manca il sole means when it is missing the sun, when the sun is missing. So let's have a look at this again. Sì, lo so che non c'è luce in una stanza quando manca il sole. Yes, I know that there is no light in a room when the sun is missing, or when there is no sun. Manca il sole, manca il sole. When you hear that sung, it sounds like this. Sì, lo so che non c'è luce in una stanza quando manca il sole. So the a from manca and the il from il sole kind of goes into manca il sole. So it's hard for, say, a non-Italian native to see that there's a difference between this word here and that word, but that sometimes happens, you know. The vowel from the end of a word might run into the vowel from the next word. Right, let's have a look at it from this way. Se non ci sei tu con me. Okay, se non ci sei. So we've seen non, and we've seen sei. I mentioned it's from the verb essere. It means you are. If not, there you are. Okay, so that's a terrible back translation, but it means if you are not there. Se non ci sei tu. Tu means like you, informal, someone familiar. A friend or a lover in this instance. Se non ci sei tu con me. Right, so this is like a run-on sentence. There happens to be a capital there, but that's just to differentiate between the lines, okay? So it's similar to in a poem. I've just written it with a capital. So, sì, lo so che non c'è luce in una stanza quando manca il sole, se non ci sei tu con me. So what you could do is just take out that sole. Yes, I know that there is no light in a room when the sun's not there, because, if you are not with me. Se, S-E, sounds a little bit like say. Se non ci sei, tu con me. Say sounds a little bit like se, right, to the untrained ear. But there's an I sound after the E. Say tu. Does that look like tu? Tu, it's you. Con me means with me. Con me. Okay, so it's repeated. Con means with, that's a preposition, and me is like an emphatic pronoun that's used with prepositions like per me, for me. Con me, with me. Con te, per te. Questo è per te. This is for you. Ma quello, that one, è per me. It's for me. Vado con te. I'm going with you. Vieni con me. Come with me. Okay, so they're pronouns. Let's go into this. Su le finestre. Le and finestre is a bit like le and parole. So it's just feminine noun in the plural. Le finestre, at the windows, basically. Su means on, but let's translate it as at the windows, if you like. Mostra a tutti il mio cuore che hai acceso. Hang on a minute, have I put a double S there? Let me just check that. I think there's only one S. Yes. Okay, it's not acceso, it's acceso. So instead of accendere, sorry, I've just written. Aspettate un attimo. I wrote acceso, which is just me miswriting the word acceso. So acceso che hai acceso. So acceso should be from accendere. Let me double check. So what I do, don't start putting something on YouTube now, please. Aspetta, I don't want anything to get loud on here. Interrupt my video. Right, what I tend to do is I go onto word reference to quickly check nouns or translations or conjugations. So what I'm going to do here is just type in acceso, A-C-C-E-S-O, acceso. So if you look that up, I'm afraid I can't turn this around at the moment because I don't have my, I'm not in my office, I don't have this tablet, the thing I'm recording with, I don't have it on like a turning tripod, sorry about that. Ah yes, okay, accendere, okay. Okay, to light, to illuminate, to turn something on, to fire it up, to ignite, to switch on. So accendere is to like turn something on. Accendere la luce, the light. Or la TV, the TV. Il portabile, the mobile phone. Cellulare, okay, your mobile phone, your cell phone. Il computer. So this here, wherever it is, acceso, sulle finestre mostra a tutti so sulle finestre, just see if there's another translation. Yeah, I would say at the windows or from the windows. I'm just looking at a translation of this. It's just like Google Translate, but it's not always accurate. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. Sulle finestre mostra a tutti il mio cuore che hai acceso. So, at the windows, it shows, or you show. I haven't decided whether that's an imperative yet. It's probably an imperative. A tutti il mio cuore che hai acceso. 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 Just look at the verb mostrare, which is to show. Sorry about my sniffly nose, it is quite annoying. Mostra tutti il mio cuore che hai acceso. Yeah, I'm gonna say here, because it's not clear otherwise who the subject of this is, because this ends with an A. It's not like io mostro a tutti il mio cuore. I'm not showing everyone. I think this is an imperative. It's in the to form. We're addressing someone here like a lover, a loved person, someone who they're in love with, because we have things like say, and then we have things like there's more verbs here and pronouns which indicate that the person being addressed is this one person. It's a familiar person, someone who's being addressed with love. So this here I'm going to assume sulle finestre mostra tutti il mio cuore che hai acceso. So I is also in the to form, that you have lit up or switched on. I'm going to say it's something to do with like light, to bring to life, okay, to start up, to fire up or whatever. From the windows, you show to everyone, mostra a tutti, tutti is like everyone. Il mio cuore, my heart, il mio cuore is the way that Italians say my such and such. We've got the article here, il, masculine singular article. Then we've got mio, which is like the masculine singular possessive adjective, which agrees with cuore. So cuore happens to be il cuore. It's normally Italian nouns that are masculine singular end with an O, generally like panino, like sandwich, ragazzo, boy, or like if they're feminine they end with an A, generally like ragazza, girl, or macchina, which is car, la macchina, il panino. But occasionally you have nouns like that can be masculine or feminine. You just have to know the gender. Like luce is la luce, but it ends with an E. It's confusing. Here we've got il cuore, which ends with an E, okay? So in the plural, these ones, like cuore, would be I cuori or le luci. But don't worry about that, they end with an I, okay? If in the singular they end with an E, then in the plural they end with an I. Generally. Il mio cuore che hai acceso. So from the windows you show to everyone my heart that you have lit up, okay? Like satellites, if you like. Not literally satellite, but you know, like brought to life, lit up, switched on, turned on, maybe. You know, like a notion of it going from like a state of quiet or being like off to on. I can't read that. Chiudi dentro me la luce che hai incontrato per strada. So chiudi is from the verb chiudere, which is to shut or to close something. Chiudi dentro me, you shut inside me, you close inside me. La luce, the light, che, that, it's like a conjunction. Hai incontrato per strada, that you met on the street, that you, let me find it, that you came across. The light that you, okay, so you, again, it's in the to form. You close within me, or you close inside me, dentro, inside, within me. La luce, the light that you have met on the street, the light that you met. It doesn't sound great in English, does it? The light that you encountered on the street. Incontrare is to meet for the first time. So there's a sense of light being put inside of someone, you know, to illuminate someone, to warm them up, to light them up. Okay, and then we've got the chorus. Con te partirò. So this is a future tense. Partire is to leave, as in to depart from somewhere, to go from one place to somewhere else. It doesn't mean to leave something like on the floor, to leave your phone in the car. It means to leave as in to depart. Okay, so it looks a little bit like depart because it's partire. It's an IRE verb. But here the IRO ending with the accent over the O, and that tells you that that's the future tense. Con te means with you. I will go. I will leave with you, basically. Paesi, that means countries. So that's a word that has an S on the end in the singular. Un paese is a country, or it could be like a village. Weirdly, they can mean the two things. But I think it means countries here because of what follows. Con te partirò, paesi che non ho mai veduto e vissuto con te. Right, so I will go, I will leave with you countries that non ho mai veduto. Is that what that says back to front? I have never seen. I'll go with you to countries I've never seen. Veduto e vissuto con te. Hang on a minute. Con te partirò, paesi che non ho mai veduto e vissuto con te. Okay, so what it, I mean, I know the song inside out, but I'm just looking at this back to front on my monitor. So I'll go with you to essentially to countries that I've never seen nor experienced with you. Adesso sì, li vivrò. Can't get that out. Adesso means now. Adesso sì, yes, li vivrò. I will live them. I will experience them. Vivere. That's another song that he sings actually. Vivere is an ERE verb. It means to live or to experience something, okay? This again, vivrò, the RO ending with the accent over the O like that. Vivrà is the future tense. I will live. Li is the direct object pronoun. It refers to the aforementioned paesi. So li here means them. Okay, I paesi. Con te partirò, paesi che non ho mai veduto e vissuto con te. I've got to say that veduto is like a version of the past participle for vedere, which is to see, but the more common one is visto. Ho visto qualcosa. Ho visto un film. Ho visto Michele. I saw a film. I saw Michele. But veduto is also a past participle for, it means I saw, basically. I have seen. Vissuto is the past participle for vivere. Sometimes I start questioning myself because, you know, like people make mistakes sometimes, but I'm just going to, just for the sake of checking, type in vivere into the conjugation tool on wordreference.com. Yeah, and there I can see the present, imperfect, passato prossimo, futuro, and then I can see all the different combined tenses. And I can see vissuto is the past participle. So you can also just type the past participle in and it will tell you which verb it comes from and blah blah blah. So adesso sì li vivrò con te, partirò su navi. Su navi means overseas. Navi, oh no it doesn't. It means on boats, basically. Nave on a boat. Su navi, plural, on boats. Per mari, across the sea or by sea, by the seas, it's actually plural. Mari. Che io lo so, no, non esistono più. Con te io li vivrò. Now this is a bit confusing, I think. I guess it's because he's dreaming, right? He's dreaming. Remember at the top the guy was saying, I dream of the horizon and words fail. Yes, I know that there's no light in a room when the sun is missing if you are not with me. At the windows, you show to everyone, tutti, my heart that you have lit up, and you close inside me or within me the light that you encountered on the street. I will go with you to countries that I've never seen or experienced. Adesso sì li vivrò. Yes, now I will experience them with you. Con te partirò, I will go with you on boats over the seas or over oceans that I know no longer exist or exist no longer. Con te io li vivrò, with you I will experience them. So this is a little bit, what's the word? Open-ended. That's not the word. Sometimes I can't think of the right word. You know, when something's it's not clear whether it's one thing or another. It could either be, I think it's because he's dreaming about like lands far away, far forgotten. Excuse me. Lands that don't exist anymore. He's dreaming of going to see and experience them with this person that he loves. So then what we have is a repetition of this, slightly different, okay? So there's some changes. So quando sei lontana, that means when you are far away. Sei, quando sei, means you are. Lontana means far away, distant, when you are far away. Sogno all'orizzonte e mancano le parole. I dream of the horizon and words fail. E io sì lo so che sei con me. I feel I wrote this down somewhere. And let me show you on this page. Because I've got it right in front of me. E sì, no, e io sì lo so che sei con me. E io means and I sì, yes, lo so, I know it, che sei con me, that you're with me, con me, with me. Tu mia luna, you my moon. Tu sei qui con me, you are here with me. Mio sole, tu sei qui con me, con me, con me, con me. So he talks about you are my moon, you are my sun. Okay, these are like bodies of illumination here. And then it goes back to more or less the same as what we've seen before, the chorus. Con te partirò, paesi che non ho mai. Okay, this is quite useful actually because you can see the verbs are in red. Paesi che non ho mai veduto e vissuto con te. Adesso sì li vivrò. I'm sorry, my hands and my nails, you know, they might not be clean and manicured as well. They're definitely not. Con te partirò su navi per mari che io lo so, non esistono più. Con te io li rivivrò. And then the song starts to mount, and I think we've got a change of key. So there's some slight changes here, but it's more or less a repetition of this chorus here. But we have some changes. It's quite hard to look at this. So this is one of the changes in the second verse. Quando sei lontana, when you are far away. Instead of quando sono solo, when I'm alone. Quando sei lontana. Ok, where were we? Con te partirò, paesi che non ho mai veduto e vissuto con te. Adesso sì li le vivrò. Le vivrò. I think that might be li vivrò. Li, because it should be li instead of le. There might be a typo there. It doesn't matter at the moment. Adesso sì le vivrò. I think it should be li vivrò because it's referring to li paese. If it was something else, like le città, like something feminine plural, then that would be le. Con te partirò, I will go with you. Su navi, that's on boats. Per mari, by sea or over the seas. Che io lo so, that I know. No, that means no. Non esistono più, they no longer exist. No longer they exist. Con te io li rivivrò. So, rivivere is to re-experience or to live again, or to experience again. So it's a verb vivere, but with ri in front of it, which means to do something again. Con te partirò, I will go with you. Su navi per mari, che io lo so, which I know. No, non esistono più, so there's a repetition there. Con te io li rivivrò, con te partirò. And then right at the end he goes, io con te. And it's a beautiful crescendo. Io means me. Con means with. And then te means you. It's a lovely song. You should really look it up. And I've actually, years ago, did a very basic version of me playing the guitar, trying to play guitar, singing this song, which is difficult. But it's a beautiful, beautiful song. So I might, if I remember, put a link to that video underneath. But I would definitely check out the Andrea Bocelli version, which is absolutely gorgeous. Follow this and have a look at the words and listen to the way he pronounces them. So we've got lots of images of light, la luce, mention of il sole, la luna. In fact, lots of mentions of la luce. But here are some of the verbs that we have in there, which are quite useful. So we have esistere, which is to exist. Essere, which is to be. Mostrare, which is to show. Partire, which is to leave or depart. Mancare, which is to be missing or lacking. Sognare, which is to dream. Vivere, which is to live or to experience something. Sapere, which is to know. When he says lo so che tu sei qui con me, I know that you are here with me, he's using the verb sapere, which is very irregular, but it's the verb to know. Incontrare, to meet. Rivivere is to live again or to experience again. Chiudere is the same as, well, it's to shut or to close. And then accendere, which is to light or to light up or to start something or to turn something on. So you can use that for like a light or like a machine or like an electrical device, or even like accendere una sigaretta, like or to light a cigarette. You know, it can be lots of different things. And the past participle for that is acceso. Acceso. So I hope that's useful. I really do hope that's useful. Grazie mille. No, I should say, if you're interested in joining my Italian or my French online clubs, you can go to morelanguagesolutions.com, or you can follow the link that's in the description box below. Okay, here's the link to my website, and here's the link to this channel. Any of the videos should have a link to my website, where you can find out on the Language Club page how to become a member. And what will happen is every month I send a link to a video tutorial out, and I also send a handout. Sometimes it looks something like that. There'll be a link to this video on the handout. There'll be links to any other resources that you find online that I refer to. For example, a video with the song Andrea Bocelli, and in this instance it has the lyrics there, so you can read along. And you can look at this lesson and the content that I create anytime you like, but I send them out every month. And becoming a member of one of my clubs means that you also get a discount when you book a block of one-to-one language sessions with me. So if you're looking to improve your Italian or your French, or even your English, if English is a foreign language or a second language for you, or a third language, then you can get in contact with me and you get a special discount as one of my club members. So if you want to find out more, you can look at the description box below. Grazie mille e alla prossima volta. Ciao.